Здрасте. А это...
Hello. May I take your ball, please? I'll give it back later. Well, you see, they are making a film and asked me for a ball. A bit lower. Please, lower. Here, you hold the transmitter and it won't fasten. Put it inside, that's all. By the way, I know players and coaches of Lokomotiv, Sibskana, and Baikal Energia. Are you ready? Not yet. Can I start to comment? Igor, more accurate passes. I thought you had something to ask quickly, that's all. Am I disturbing you? No, not a bit. And me? I'm used to listening to what young people say, because it's very important. Damn it! Let's go. I do remember, of course. I remember all of it. I was 16 then, and my father and I went there. Sure, I visited this game. No, I watched on TV. I was sick. Yes, I remember. Irkutsk, the 8th international tournament for bandy, for a prize by Sovetskaya Rossiya newspaper, unofficial world championship, as called by the foreign media. I remember there were a whole lot of people, a fantastic atmosphere of support. How we supported our national team. The Soviet Union, Norway. The stadium roars were heard outside, even in the city. The USSR national team has won. I was overjoyed and threw my hat at this tournament. That is what I remember. They found and returned the hat to me. In truth, they trampled on it for about 10 minutes, but then it was on my head again. The Swedes came to the Eastern Tier, and in gratitude to fans for their cheering, the whole team threw their sticks to the fans. It was really cool. In Irkutsk, bandy is the #1 kind of sport. It was then, and it is now, the #1 sport. This is the Irkutsk national sport, if you can call it that. Even though I like football, I played ice hockey, but bandy is our kind of sport. Bandy originates from a popular Russian people's game, Klushkovania. Peter the Great himself was not averse to hit a turnip on ice. Though this kind of sport became official only in 1898. At that time, the first uniform rules for bandy took effect. By the way, these rules were fully borrowed from football. After the revolution, Russian hockey spreads in Irkutsk. Equipment is not on sale, and when it turns out that one horse arch can give 4 sticks, gaping coachmen cease to love this kind of sport. Other Irkutsk guys lost in admiration, especially from theatrical games. Players with red stars against white counter-revolutionists. The Reds always win, and almost always the Whites lose with double-digit scores. 20 years later, the players of Lokomotiv become favorites of the public, and they will successfully represent Irkutsk in the international bandy competitions. Bandy was not less popular than ice hockey all the time. 3 kinds of sports were special in my time, when I was a little boy. Football, bandy, and ice hockey was only on the 3rd place. When I was a child, sticks were sold in every shop. Moreover, hockey sticks were sometimes not on sale. But bandy sticks were. It was a hard time. We said, "Please, sir, give us a stick." But the players not always gave them. Sometimes we picked up broken ones, wrapped, pasted on casein glue, and held bandy matches with such sticks in the yards. It was very convenient to play with this ball. It was very convenient to hit in case someone fell on their legs. That is, you see, the rules were domestic. After it, I liked bandy. I began to visit the Lokomotiv team. That was then. I clearly remember. The best team is our Lokomotiv. Lokomotiv and Kuzbas were origins of Russian hockey in Siberia. Lokomotiv was grounded in 1947, the first teams of masters in Irkutsk, 3-time champion of the Central Union of Railmen Society. There wasn't professional sport in the Soviet Union. Lokomotiv players, not to be convicted for social parasitism, were recorded as railway workers, drivers, engineers, mechanics, linemen. The team participated on the national championships for 33 years. The best achievement was 5 places of 14. It is well known that Lokomotiv was a domestic team. The majority of its victories it won in Irkutsk, supported by its fans. The school of Irkutsk always differed from the others because trainees were mostly from the Lokomotiv Stadium. And this district, where the stadium was, I would say, was of not very good social level. If you want to succeed in life, you should go in sport and improve yourself there. We came in Lokomotiv. I can just remember. The administrator opened a chest and said, "Choose what you want." There were second-hand things in it. That was the kind of times it was. The team played, tried, and struggled in every game. People sitting in the stands saw their commitment, and they were attracted by this struggle and desire to play. I remember there was such a time when the Lokomotiv team ceased to exist. The railway officially declared that it refused to finance the Lokomotiv team, and so all of us knew perfectly well that we could give up on bandy in Irkutsk. We were mightily afraid that there wouldn't be bandy in Irkutsk anymore at the same level as it was. But thank God, Matyenko Vladimir Alexandrovich came to help in time. I spoke with Swedish colleagues. I told them in fine words that there is a team, and what this team is, and that it could be a serious contribution of our company into the development of sports in Irkutsk. So, Sibskana team was created with the same people, but under another name. Sibskana was the Irkutsk Bandy Club, created in August 1994, supported by Siberian and Scandinavian Company. Swedes' love to bandy had no limits. There was even a bandy church not far from Stockholm. Confidence of the sponsors was fully justified by the Irkutsk guys. In the first national championship after the breakup of the USSR, the team took the first place in the Eastern Group. During the final tournament, wins the 4th place of Russia's championship. Lecturer Schmidt explained Irkutsk students the philosophy of ancient Stoics on the example of the game by Yevgeny Yerakhtin, halfback of Sibskana, even though defeat was clear, tried to score a goal. Irkutsk Stadium, Trud, became the most visited hockey stadium in Russia. Our players with balls in close proximity to goalposts. Shot! Goal! We love you, Sibskana! The fans lifted banners. Sibskana was a breakthrough. The 90s. We know that it was a very difficult time for everyone, and the team really played, really flew. I want to say beforehand that I belong to a very specific type of fan. Those who need the existential meaning in what is happening, and got to hand it to our Irkutsk team. Thanks to it, I found this meaning in their game. Sibskana was ahead of the times. On the stadium, they do something like one should do in our days. The management of the club worked pretty well, especially in advertising. He is highly respected and a very cool player. Surely his schedule is very tough. He is always either training or playing. They eat in public places. He can rarely eat at home, observe normal hygiene, brush teeth. Just here, Orbit comes to help. For me, he was just Vasya. Vasya Donskih, captain of the Sibskana team. He's cruel, like Indians from Alaska. Irkutsk defender Donskih Vaska. If Vasya was on the field, the team played reliably, confidently, calmly. It knew that Vasya was near. He was always there to help and support. Granted keys of a green Toyota as the most useful player of Sibskana in this season. Of course, we felt like local stars of Irkutsk. People almost hold us in their arms. I still ask Matyenko Volodya a question. I ask him, "Volodya, what a great guy you are. How could you do it?" There was a boom in Irkutsk, and it was pleasant to see something new in Irkutsk. On streets, on stops, boys with sticks and skates go on training. We always went to the hotel by bus. Road police accompanied us. We rode and saw how the whole city went to play hockey. Professors, students, workers, all together were sitting in the stands. Whole workshops, whole factories, whole departments went to watch the game and cheer. Everyone had his own seat. Do you understand it? What a collective it was. How people love sport and everyone who was involved in it. They were excited. They expressed their emotions. You understand? Use various words in support, not only of fans and players, but referees as well. Goal! Goal! Maybe it was the main cheerleading chant. I still remember. The Longest Life had a cheerleading chant about Yuraktin, and it was me who invented it. Let me see. One I surely remember. Some sort of, it's darker when in a coal mine. When Yevgeny Yuraktin is on the attack, something like this. It is dangerous like in a coal mine when Yuraktin wants to score a goal. I'm pleased, of course. Zhenya Yuraktin was, of course, the engine of the team. He picked up a ball and in his own manner began to throw away his rivals. First, second, third. There was a time when I wanted to give up. I'm tired. I don't want. It's hard. My father has one very good phrase, and I always say it to my children. Everything that you are doing, do it good and bring to a conclusion. On March 11, 1998, there was a historical game. March 11, 1998. Of course I remember. 98. Well, yes. I was training at Vodnik in that time. What was then? Remind me, please. Was it our game with Vodnik when there were 31,000? I had a feeling that the stadium was cracking under the pressure. I could not understand how the stadium could hold 30,000 people. The stadium, Trude, officially has 16,500 seats. But people were sitting a bit tighter. They were sitting on benches, standing around the field. So there were 31,000 of us. The weather was fantastic, really. We played early in the morning. How can I forget it? It's impossible to forget. And on top of it all, it was the first time when Irkutsk fans saw this Vodnik active, which was then accepted by Vladimir Yanko. Well, Vladimir Yanko is on your screens. My team was stronger. You know, it so happened. At this time, Vodnik was a team of world stars. The monsters of Russian hockey. The monster team which no one could stop. I remember fans saying that Vanga predicted that no Irkutsk fan will rest in heaven until Irkutsk defeats Vodnik in a home game with the score of 17-2. Many fans ask, can we do at least something against this strong team here in Irkutsk? Trying to attack with center, Yuraktin. No, I didn't score in that game. I think Donskich intercepted, passed to Yuraktin to center, and Yuraktin did. Here, at the right side, passed to Zakharov, and Zakharov scored the goal. They can play one-on-one now, and goal! That's it. This opens the score in this game. Victor Zakharov. We played in a draw and won silver medals. I still remember my goosebumps because of all of this. Yes, not gold, only silver. But for Sivskana back then, and for all of Irkutsk bandy, it meant even more than gold. No one can deny this. It was recorded in our history. And after the final whistle, so many people ran to us from the stands. And here, we run on the ice, several dozen of people. I thought they would tear me into souvenirs. I fought for my dear life.
от всех отбивался.
It was a big day for Irkutsk, for fans. It was a big day for those who were involved in bandy. My father watched me in the finals, by the way. I invited him from Abakan, and he came here. I remember the tears of joy on his face. I think he realized that he made a major achievement in his life. By tradition, Sibskana players take an honor lap and thank their fans. It was unforgettable. That's for sure. Sibskana became a silver medalist of Russia, but the medal and fans' excitement didn't help with the financial crisis devouring everything in its path. At that time, the team of top players, Metallurg, was dissolved. Lesa-Chimik team of Ust-Ilimsk was also on the edge of dissolution. But Sibskana manages to survive the end of days. Energy company took it under its wing. Only the team name didn't make it. In the 21st century, Sibskana gets renamed into Baikal Energia. Since I've cheered for bandy for a long time, the team and name changed. Players were leaving. So we decided to consider it in a following way. First, there was the Irkutsk Lokomotiv era. Sibskana era. Sibskana players stand at the left goal, wearing their traditional green uniform. Then Sibskana Energia era. Please, Yevgeny Kolosov, score the goal. I beg you. And finally, Baikal Energia. This name turns an old page in the history of the team and opens a new one. People have come who continue doing what I started in Sibskana, and today they are very dedicated to Baikal Energia. In the first place, I would name Viktor Zakharov, who became president of the club. He's ambitious, keen, and sometimes short-tempered. But his positive mood and eagerness, he makes the team leader of championships. He inspired everyone, not only players, but the whole city and fans. Personally, I'm not interested when there are no goals in front of me. If it's just about participating in the Russian championship, that's not for me. But if it's about winning, count me in. Work with your feet. Shoot the goal, Yegor.
Попадать в ворота, Егор! Впереди играет, нападающий.
You know, once I asked Sergei Ivanovich Lomonov about that. Sergei Ivanovich, let's imagine if we took bandy players of the old generation when they were young and made them play in today's field. He said, impossible. Nowadays, a bandy player must be universal in the field. He must be capable of making passes. Sergei Ivanovich was humble. He said that old school players would have lost because modern players have better playing technique. Bandy became different, whether you like it or not. One may live with nostalgia, of course. We are still the best. But modern players are smarter than we were. Of course, they don't get some aspects, as they say, but they say it about us. Just like my daughter says, "Dad, you don't get it." And I say, well, okay. In my opinion, things must become mature and turn into a result. I think our team walked an evolutionary path. One can't make a good team in 3 or 4 months. You don't do things like this. You see, it's like a car, a system of bearings, screws, and nuts. Everything must fit in so the car can drive. Baikal Energia is that kind of team that can play and does it, but it needs a big emotional inspiration.
Куда делось желание хоккеистов с берегов Байкала?
Oh, the Irkutsk guys got wrong. But yet a goal. The Irkutsk guys have some tough luck today in all the fields. And goal! Yes, the festival didn't last, my friends. Not spoiled with medals and awards. And here, they get a chance to win the Russian Cup. We didn't do well in the first part. It was tough for us. But then, we came here and thought, will we really fail again? Me and the guys built up a certain tension, such an anxiety. Wow, wow, wow! Easy now. They treated us like, what's this Irkutsk? Even if they're in the finals now, do you really think they are capable of something? They won't do it. As if some virus got them ill. The accuracy of Irkutsk players suffers a lot. And so, they got to the point when they were either to win or cut. And this team cannot be. I had a line, I kept repeating it. Guys, we either die there or we get this cup. The Russian Bandy Cup is a cut glass vase with a silver finish, played off since 1937. It is the oldest among the Russian trophies and one of the oldest among world trophies. Such as FIFA World Cup was introduced 40 years after the Russian Bandy Cup was established. Baikal Energia gets a chance to win such a rarity in 2005. Yet, the embarrassing defeat from Dynamo Moscow with a score of 4-14 stops the Baikal Shamans just a step away from the first prize. They get another serious chance only 10 years later, when it is announced that Irkutsk players will play the finals of the Russian Cup in their own land. We were ready, full of determination. One can say. It's the first and the last chance for us to play in the finals at home. We managed to bring these finals to Irkutsk, and when it started in Irkutsk, nobody would stop us. It was such an emotional uplift. We couldn't say anything, and we didn't have to since guys were so determined. And when they entered the game, they quickly gained the upper hand over Khabarovsk. I think they even breathed in the same rhythm, because they were one, a team. By their determination, everyone could see that they would win, and win with an appropriate score. Maxim Blem! The goal is quite far. Goal by Maxim Blem! Upper corner of the goal, Maxim Blem! I think each of those 5 goals was crucial, as when we were at 0-0, we had a couple of dangerous situations. But then, we gained the upper hand and another pass, shot, goal! Alexander Masonov. I jumped to my feet at that moment. I forgot that I had my headphones on, wired. I stood up and nearly pulled off all my equipment. Goal! The Irkutsk team played the combination brilliantly. I remember the stands being triumphant. I remember their joy with our goals. Baikal Energia won the Russian Cup after many years of losing. I was so glad about it. For the first time in its history, Baikal Energia of Irkutsk gets the Russian Bandy Cup. The coaching staff is dancing under the commentary studio. They have this motto: this team can do it, for a good reason. The cup has been played since 1937. This is where the word Irkutsk appeared for the first time. Won by players of Baikal Energia. Hurrah! The team won the Russian Cup for the first time in the history of Irkutsk Bandy. Players of Irkutsk Baikal Energia win bronze medal of the 23rd Russian Bandy Championship. Today, guys, you can have some champagne on such an occasion. Champagne shower. Yevgeny Yeraktin. That's right, Alexander. Today we can pour a whole bottle of champagne on Yevgeny Yeraktin. And now we can say that now the team started a new life. Today, the team faces some hard times, for it's being renewed. A number of players who gave everything left the team, which was the right decision, I guess. Another Irkutsk player is suspended. He's Maxim Blem. But why? I see no reason, frankly speaking. We're not lashing back here, coach. People around us. The game, the stadium. This is what kept me here. I didn't want to leave. So, I don't know now. Sport is a tough thing, and coaching is not always being nice and sweet. We sometimes have to... We face hard situations. In the end, we are all human beings. What? Another suspension? Who? Alexander Nasonov. That's tough, my friends. Nasonov is a legend of Irkutsk bandy, and the most touching moment was when he bid farewell to his team for known reasons, and they sang this song again. It made me cry. Alexander Nasonov is one of those bandy players who become legends, dare I say it, just like Yevgeny Grishin. Both of my children were born here, Konstantin in 2006 and Lisan in 2014. We built a house here. I guess it remains only to plant a tree. I think the guys who were forced to leave the team will understand me. Maybe not now, but when they get older, they will understand that everything is done to achieve a result. We have a new team now. A lot of new players joined it. I believe that the bright future awaits Irkutsk. I think our team has everything now, and this team is fully effective. Today, we open the championship and hope very much that our boys will show good results we expect from them. We invited 4 new players, including Ivanushkin, Tremashkin, Yurlov. I guess everyone can see that Ivanushkin is a world star. Pass, and Ivanushkin shoots. Goal! Great job, 1-1. 12 years have passed. I got a chance to go back to Irkutsk again. We have been looking forward for his comeback. And what a comeback he had! He scored 6 goals in the very first game with Baikal Energia. Goal! 6! Yevgeny Ivanushkin scored 6 goals. I know Ivanushkin. I treat him as a good friend of mine. I always cheer for him. Shot! Goal! Hat-trick by Yevgeny Ivanushkin, 3-0. Yes, my friends, fans have been looking forward to this game. I want them to get the first prize, to win over everyone. I want my dad to become a champion of Russia again. And Yevgeny Shadrin, a very experienced player, takes the ball and passes to Alexander Yegorichev. Another pass to Yevgeny Shadrin. Turning blow and goal! Yevgeny Shadrin. Well, today he hoped for a captain's band for a good reason. The 8th minute of the first period. Of course, we want to keep our place among the best Russian teams. We want to continue winning medals. But the priority is kids. Can you imagine that? With all the popularity of the team, we had no children's bandy team in the region. Starting from the end of last year, we began receiving financing and opened a children's bandy school in 8 cities of the Irkutsk region.
детско-юношеских спортивных школ, он был естественный.
These measures were natural to provide us with the next generation of players, to give young men a future and opportunity to play in a great team without leaving the Irkutsk region.
Я обрадовался, когда я понял, что в результате усилий и губернатора Иркутского, который благоволит.
I was glad to learn that with the efforts by the Irkutsk governor, who favors bandy, and we came to an agreement to build an indoor ice rink. When we see news reports from St. Petersburg and Moscow about bandy, we see their fancy environments. And we are doing it today in Irkutsk. In 1947, ice resurfacer handled by skilled Irkutsk dweller Stepan Gusev helped local bandy players to double the training time. In the 21st century, resurfacers make no revolution. All around the world, indoor ice rinks are built. Bandy players from Moscow, Ulyanovsk, Kemerovo, Khabarovsk will get a roof over their heads. They walk on ice even in summer. But Irkutsk dwellers whistle for wind. In 2016, the government of the Irkutsk region announces construction of a state-of-the-art ice sports arena. The object is planned to be put into service in 2020, when the Bandy World Championships will start. We undertake to build such a winter palace. I think we will attract many kids and bring up a new generation in our sport. I just wanted to be a sportsman, just like my dad. So I chose the same sport my dad does. After school, he has dinner and makes his homework in the car. We go home, where he changes his uniform and bag, and he goes to training. We enrolled our son to training because we want to keep on living with bandy. Even when Yevgeny stops playing, I still want to come and cheer for our son. Kirill, son. How are you? Fine. Why are you being so grumpy? I'm tired, Mom. Oh, you are?
Это лишний раз доказывает, что вид спорта живет, не умирает.
This again proves that this sport lives no matter what others predict. I want people to talk about Russian bandy as much as possible, and only in positive meanings, as our Irkutsk bandy was always so passionate, uncompromising. I wish the team to win the champions title. I believe it's possible. I guess for the Irkutsk team, no matter how you call it, Baikal, Energia, or whatever, the best is yet to come. It doesn't matter if we cease to exist, Irkutsk bandy will be there forever. I like Irkutsk. I like that they just kept its historical center, where one cannot just have a good meal, but have a look, do sightseeing. When a major game is held, almost the whole city goes to the stadium. I guess this is one of the few sports which are really beloved in the Irkutsk region. I think even a good-mannered fan can show some strong language when in the heat. A bandy player is actually an actor who needs his audience to come and watch him. And the audience, in its turn, wants good actors and some good performance. We've got a bronze medal now, 2 silver ones. For an even figure, it would be nice to have 3 gold medals in the future. My older brother brought to bandy. He even presented me his skates. I asked them, "Are you guys from Russia?" "Yeah, we're from Krasnoyarsk." "And you cheer for us?" First, you make an effective school. Then, form a promising young team. Everybody gasped in a tense moment, got goosebumps. I told Matienko, make everything perfect so one could examine them with a microscope. Irkutsk has got some crazy fans. I send my best regards to them when we saw this crowd of fans. They stood there banging their heads. You can't find more spectacular sport than this. Those are the best to me. The season ends in March. Then I'll start farming.
20 тысяч народу на
When 20,000 people come to the stadium at 25 to 30 degrees below zero, it's something fantastic for me.
фантастика.
Очень часто обсуждаем хоккей.
We often discuss bandy,
Хоккей.
mine or dad's.
Хоккей.
I attend all of Yevgeny's games. Don't miss a single one if our kids don't get ill. I came to Irkutsk. I didn't know the traditions of local fans. The ice was melting, so we didn't skate. We were running. You see this wave rising, and when it reaches you, you stand up, your hands in the air. Hooray! I have a dream. When the boys win a gold medal, I'll stop coming to the stadium. Not in my age, you know. And the weather is cold. So, I've attended bandy matches for 54 years already as a fan, and started working from 2002. I work as a sportscaster for Baikal Energia. One fan told me, hugging means a goal. That's the main rule of a bandy fan.